What's happening? I made it back just in time. I was at my folks' house for dinner, and I left with enough time for me to get home and, chill for a couple minutes. But on my way home, I witnessed an accident, and I got caught in traffic, and I just made it barely on time. Jason will be here soon. Diener, however, got stuck at the restaurant, so he's not going to make it. But we may have a special surprise guest, but at least it'll be me and Jason. What's up, everybody? Sorry, Drew, I did forget to make the Blade Cartel emoji. I'm going to write it down so I don't do that again. Because you're right, we do need one. There you go. What's going on? What's happening? What's going on? What's happening? I got some new sunglasses. What's up, Aaron? Got the whole Z Hunter collection. I did pick up some cool stuff at the show. I absolutely did. I will show you guys. Absolutely. Is the music too loud, anybody? Anybody? Where's my it looks like my chat is frozen. No, I didn't get a fixed blade. I almost did, though. I need to turn off my PlayStation because it's sucking away Wi-Fi. Hang on. You didn't see that. I'm definitely not watching Bachelor.
Yo, yo.
Oh, you got fucking sounds now? Holy shit.
Man, I've always had sounds. You're stopping the line.
Yeah,
I mean, right. on my channel. I'm all about the sound effects. And here's the thing. Some people like them. Some people are like, dude, it's next level corny. But I have fun, and that's what's important.
How do you do it? Because I've thought about maybe having something like that. How do you do it?
So it really kind of depends on how you stream. If you're streaming through StreamYard like you are right now, I can do it because I have a soundboard called Go XLR that my mic goes through. And the Go XLR gives you the ability to sample audio bytes. So like anything that I see online, or I can take a pre-recorded sound and assign it to a button. And then when I press it, it goes through the microphone. So the reason why it still works on Streamlabs is because it is channeling through my microphone. So for example, I can do this. This is Sparta! Which I have entirely too much fun with.
Fuck. But I could, my head's already thinking of good sounds that I could have.
It's
maybe we'll do that.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna refresh my page because my chat is frozen. I don't know if that'll do anything, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Hello, Clarice. Man, we already got people in the chat. I'll do some shout outs. Shout out to Aaron B, Pretty Fly for a Knife Guy, Ghost Malone EDC, Mersault, Sharp Spoon. Man. The live is already getting packed.
Jason should be here in a minute. He's just getting in, I think.
Nice. So, Duty, what did you carry today?
I got, well, for most of the day, I was carrying my new Sweeney. This was my main show purchase. I picked up a Bergblade Sweeney. Have you checked this one out?
Oh, that's smooth.
Really, really nice. Yeah, really, really nice. But I was just at my folks' house for dinner, and my dad always likes to look at cool knives that I've gotten, and he had never checked out the EXO, so I brought this to show him, and he fucking loved it. He fucking loved it, man.
Man, you know, it's weird because I find that when you show a gravity knife to people, right, especially non-knife enthusiast people, they're always in one of two camps. They either go or they're freaked out and they're like, how can you legally own this?
Yeah.
Like,
but I don't know. It seems like if you didn't know anything about knives and you were just looking at this thing, I wouldn't automatically assume that it was like really dangerous, would you? I wouldn't automatically assume like this was more dangerous than a regular knife.
I think that it really depends on the blade shape.
True.
For some reason, people have this thought in their mind that for some reason Dagger style blades are more dangerous than any other style of blade. You know, like drop point is the most that's, and I find it ironic because drop point knife shapes, blade shapes are, you know, they're often the most looked at as a utilitarian style knife. Yeah. When in fact, you know, sheep's foot is actually more utilitarian. Wharncliffe. That's one of the reasons why I like Warnies, is because Warnies are both, you know, they're both really good for piercing, but also for utility. Yeah, it's the best of both worlds between say like a Tonto and a sheep's foot. Yeah, I've been for at least for the type of stuff that I do with my knife, I've found that the best blade shape that works for me for just the widest variety of things is like the Shadow, because it has a little belly when you need the belly, like when you want to get the tip in and kind of rock back on something, but also the low tip and slicey as fuck. This is kind of one of the ultimate blade shapes. Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, you have the micarta one, right? Yeah, the Merlot micarta. Yeah, that's nice. And I gotta say, like, I like a good micarta. This is easily the best micarta that I've experienced. Really? The feel, the look, the way that the texturing shines through, and it's dumb. Like, I look at the smallest little details on here, and I don't know if you could see it, but you know how it has the kind of swirl texturing on the edge next to the backspacer? Yeah. That just, it's not showing up on my camera because my lighting's garbage right now, but it's beautiful. The amount of detail on this thing is insane. Yeah, I remember asking TRM why we don't see more scale options for these, and they said it's because of how they make them and how it's integrated into each knife. It makes it very difficult for them to come up with like just plug and play scale options, which I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah, that's weird. I haven't taken this one apart yet, but I haven't really needed to. Yeah, I haven't either. I have taken apart my Atom, and it is very easy. But this actually, you know what? You might be able to pop the tabs off because there is like a Torx on there, and that would make things easier, I think, for disassembly if you just pop these tabs off first. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried it. It's this is one of those knives that it feels like it only gets better the more that it gets used. Yeah. And you know, like I have so many knives where they go through a maintenance regimen, you know, like I take them apart, oil everything. One of the things that I like to do with Spydercos that I keep stock, like for example, my Manix 2 is completely stock. Didn't change out the clip or nothing. It was the very first Spyderco that I ever bought. I did a ton of research and then I bought that one first. And but what I did, because getting those lanyard tubes out is a pain.
Oh yeah, nightmare.
So if you take, interesting thing, so you know how if you were to spray G10 down, G10 is not like airtight. Oil will actually seep through G10. If you spray down your Spyderco G10 scales with something like REM oil, it'll actually loosen up that lanyard tube and make it come out a whole lot easier, because even though it's the way that they do it is it kind of flares at the top of the lanyard tube. A little bit of lubrication goes a long ways.
Really? I've never heard that. That makes sense though.
Yeah. A little bit of lubrication.
Nice.
But when I modified one of my PM2s recently, I actually got a lanyard cube. Here it is. And it's a lanyard tube removal tool.
Oh, I've seen those. I've never tried one though.
Yeah, it's from Sharp Dress Knives. You just basically line up this little screw with the tube, and you can screw it in and pop it out.
Okay, so it's like kind of like a vise, just like squeezing it out. Okay,
it's not perfect. It worked pretty good on my used PM2, but on the brand new Emerson version that I got from Blade Ops, it was a battle. Like I was cranking on it, and it was still a battle, but better than nothing.
I think the very first PM2 I had, I literally had to break the G10, I think, to get it out. It was horrible. And I didn't know that when I had bought the replacement scales. I didn't know you had to get a new tube as well. So I was just kind of fucked for a while till the tube.
Yeah.
I don't know why they haven't changed that, because it seems like maybe they used to not want people to take apart their knives, but nowadays it's like, they know everybody is. I wonder why they haven't changed that.
They've given us small concessions over time. They no longer use red Loctite. They still use like the white Loctite, which it's tight enough. But I think for the longest time they used red Loctite, and it pissed people off. I know it pissed me off. I don't want to stand there with my wife's hairdryer trying to get my handle scales to agree with me, Yeah, and I know what you're talking about, because I've broken a pair of 3 scales when I replaced the scales on that. And I got to the point where I was like, I could take this out without breaking the scales, but now it's personal, right? Like I'm not gonna stand for this. So I had to break the scales.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Never planned on using them again anyways, but
yeah. I was just organizing my desk, and I have so many plastic scales just sitting. G10, FRN. I don't know what to do with them. I've seen some people like put them on Knife Swap and try to sell them, but nobody wants that shit.
Honestly, I think they're best as a giveaway item for that one random person who was just trying to maintenance their knife and accidentally broke a scale.
That's true.
I think most people want micarta or carbon fiber or titanium when they decide to modify their knives. What I don't understand is the group of people who spend the extra money on aftermarket G10 scales, because that's what, like, if you want a color, just dye it, like get some RIT dye. You don't have to buy new G10. Spyderco's G10 is pretty good.
Yeah, I actually kind of like Spyderco's G10. On my Shaman, I didn't change those scales for a long time. I kind of liked them, especially because on the Shaman they're like really nicely contoured. The G10 is, and it's kind of hard to find aftermarket scales that have that same really nice contouring. Do you own a Shaman?
I did. I sold it during the saga where my computer caught fire.
Oh, right.
And so I had to sell off some of the collection to build up some funds to rebuild my computer. But it was worth, like I missed that because it was the Blade Ops Shaman in LMAX.
Oh yeah.
And Spyderco's LMAX is probably the best LMAX I've experienced. I hear Kumu does pretty good LMAX too, but
I haven't tried theirs, but it's Spyderco, so it's good.
Yeah,
I wanted to talk to you about the WarnTac, because you were mentioning that you have one, or do you have one, or did you have one in to the channel, or what?
This one.
Okay. And did you? So from what I understand, you can pay extra to get it hand ground. Is that how it works?
Yeah. So let's say you could do it one of two ways. If you already own one, you can send it into Dan Hosen, who's the owner of Precision Knife Works, and he'll do a full hollow regrind on it. Now, these stock are supposed to be like 18 thousandths behind the edge. It's ridiculously slicey to begin with. But if you want to go full lightsaber mode, if you want to be splitting, atoms, he will take it down to, I believe, like 8 thousandths behind the edge.
Yeah, it's about
he'll make it so sharp. Like I personally, I don't think that that's necessary, but some people take it as a point of pride, and it's the same people that they look at the TRM atom and maybe they're not going to use it, but they want it just because of its extremely slicey nature. I feel like we've gotten to a point where we care so much about how many thousandths behind the edge, but in reality, 18 thousandths behind the edge it's stupidly slicey.
Yeah.
But you can also order it from him that way. So it was a order option on his website where you could actually, select full hollow grind, and you'd pay a bit more for it. It was like $315 versus the $285 for the stock. And we were after I mentioned to you that I thought that the one that you were reviewing may have had an aftermarket grind, because I looked at mine, and this one is completely flat all the way up until this corner right here. And I was thinking about that because I don't think it's to the point that yours was. I put it flat on my desk and it lines up perfectly. But at the very corner of that choil, of that sharpening choil, the original version, the original design of this had a finger choil, a finger cutout right here on the blade. So you could choke up. And I think that when he redesigned it, because during the prototyping stage, he got a lot of feedback from people like Jim Skelton, Lefty EDC. A lot of the community members said, hey, we don't want the finger cut out. We want the full. And so I think when he did that, that's why we're seeing now that it's a little bit thicker. If you'll notice that it gets the sharpening choil is bit into a little bit with the factory edge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of a smile.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I think that has a lot to do with it, because initially they had planned on doing a finger cutout and then they changed their mind later.
Also, I noticed on my, if you look down at the top, you can see that one side of the plunge grind is lower than the other, at least on mine. It's not even. Does yours look pretty even?
It looks pretty even on mine.
Okay.
I might just not have as good of a discerning eye as you, though.
Well, no, it's pretty obvious. Like if you just look straight down into the sharpening choil, like from the top down, you can see one side. I'll take a picture afterwards and show you this one. It's not a big deal. It's just something I noticed that you could tell it's definitely done by hand.
I think he may do the sharpening by hand.
I'm pretty sure he knows. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. OG in the house.
What's up, fellas?
Oh,
yeah. Fucking roller with the goddamn. What do you call them things, bro? Like that play. What are they called? Drops or some shit?
The sound effects, man.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The air horn. I've got a lot of them.
I know, bro. I peeped your fucking. That's the one you do in your intro and shit.
Sometimes I like to switch it up every now and then. I haven't been doing the sound effects on my intro lately. I've been trying to make the content more consumable, right? And so I'm learning the lesson of sometimes less is more. The thing about YouTube is that I get really nerdy with the analytics. Like I'll look in and see what amount of, like, how many people do I lose in the first 30 seconds? If you ever want to go,
you can get that info.
Yep, YouTube analytics. And so I was like, what is it about the first 30 seconds? And it turns out that most channels lose the most viewers within the first 30 seconds. Some of that is because if you're scrolling, you know how if you scroll down the YouTube homepage Videos will start auto playing just silently.
Right.
If you pause and you watch one of those auto playing thumbnails for longer than 3 seconds, it counts it as a view. So what happens is that if your intro isn't engaging in a silent manner, you could have a lot of people dropping out of your video without even realizing that they were counting as a view, because they watched the first, 10 seconds or whatever, and silently they just made that conscious decision.
Right.
That, they were going to keep scrolling, but it still counted as a view. So if you look at that and you see, why is my graph doing this? It's because people are scrolling down the homepage of YouTube, and they decided not to keep watching that auto playing thumbnail.
Right. So basically, the key is just show a set of tits. First frame. Boom! They're locked and loaded.
Yep. Yeah. Show tits and then promise more tits to come.
That's right. Yeah.
It kills me, man. Like I remember when I first started my channel, there was a gal. She was really well known on Instagram, called Carry Every Day. And I was bummed because I was working my ass off, right? Doing my best to get quality content, working really hard. And I put out 50 videos, all as good as I possibly could. And they were getting 100 views. She comes over from Instagram, puts out one video. The quality isn't the greatest. And she gets 5,000 views on the first one and 10,000 on the next one.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to hate, we're all, we have to use what we were born with in this world to succeed. There's no hate over here. But there is such an opportunity for women in the EDC community. Huge opportunity.
You, Nate.
Yeah, if dude, they could come and totally clean house and just fucking rake in the dough easily.
You don't even have to be a 10. You could be a strong 6.5. Dude,
less than that, I think.
For all you ladies that listen to these live streams in the background, seriously consider it. You could have a future. You would do this for a living.
Yeah.
Instead of OnlyFans, do only hands.
Well, you know what, and fuck it, bro. I may catch a little backlash for this, but I'm gonna call it like it is. I don't really think there's much content geared towards the women. I know that there's a couple of big hitters. I guess we would call them big hitters, like Melissa Backwoods, I think, or some shit like that. And then they got that little Fit Devil. She's kind of crossed over with Savivi, and she's getting a lot of fucking views. And then isn't there a channel that's something about women like knives or women carry knives or some shit like that? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
That's it, bro. I ain't besides Melissa and that carry knife situation. I don't see women doing.
There's another gal that I heard about because she called out Metal Complex for not openly decrying Rick Hinderer between the whole Hinderer transparent knife situation, and her channel is, I want to say, gosh, what's it called? But it was a very, very small, miniature community beef where she was super angry because he refused to join in the drama, which, by the way, I applaud him for, because it's so easy to hop in and, pick a side.
Yeah, fuck that shit, bro.
I mean, honestly, the sad thing about the drama is that if you dig deep enough into anybody, you'll find skeletons in the closet. If you've lived any kind of life, you'll have some skeletons in the closet.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're over here, saying, well, Jake Hoback lied about his knives being made in the U.S. But we'll go and buy a Fisher knife. And I believe Fisher, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he stopped making knives for a while because he accidentally killed somebody driving drunk.
Right.
But we're over here. We'll buy his knives, but we won't buy Jake Hoback's knives. Well, I didn't know about that. Now I'm going to boycott them. And, I don't have enough time. I've got my own stuff going on.
I don't boycott anybody. I really don't.
Yeah.
If I don't buy your knives, it's because I don't like your knives.
That's right.
No.
Well said, bro. Well fucking said.
100%.
VHS tapes with hot babes and automatic pew pews. I do remember that. What was that called? Was that a thing on like cable TV? It would show like clips of bikini chicks firing weapons. Does anyone remember that? You guys don't know what I'm talking about?
Thing. I don't know.
No, it was like a 80s 90s thing.
Hot chicks with fuck. I'm sure one of you fuckers can Google that shit quick. I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm high though, so that might got something to do with it.
I'll try to find it.
If you would have driven with my wife the last 3.5 hours, you would have needed to calm your goddamn nerves too, buddy.
Dude, I hate driving as passenger. I fucking hate it. I won't do it.
I do too, bro. I do too. Too aggressive. I can't deal with it, bro. You know, I don't like that. I don't play that car shit, man. You know, your whole life can be done like that, so quick and so easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that the you've got the Kubi Titius?
Tits for us. Tits for us. That's
and if I'm not mistaken, you also had the nip.
Oh, that's right. 2 sets of tits. Got a little bit of nips, and we got some tits for us. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'll tell you guys, this fucking nip, I ain't got to tell you. You fuckers got them. I love this fucking thing, bro. I fucking love it, man. They crushed it, bro. They crushed it.
You know,
that actually kept getting better, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it did, bro. Both of them. I think you had the same issue too, maybe. I don't know. I know I did. I wasn't liking the D10 at first. And I just fucking Rolo said, give it 100 times, flick it 100 times. The motherfucker, I flicked it 100 times, but it did, bro. It got better. It got better.
And this flipper tab, I know you and I, Jason, are not usually flipper guys, but I love this flipper tab.
Fuck yeah.
I love this flipper tab.
Yeah.
It is
push button. I'm not generally a small knife guy, but I'm coming around. You know, like even with this one, the mini Corvid, which should really be called the micro Corvid.
Yeah,
I put my own edge on there, and I gotta say, like factory edge on these. If you buy one of these, mandatory put your own edge on it because the factory edge is workable, but it's, in all honesty, it's garbage compared to what this will do with just a quick sharpening. You know, get off any of that burnt edge that comes from the factory belts. This is the Box Destroyer 9000 right here.
Yeah, you could turn this into a razor blade. Yeah.
You know, there was a short knife, a small knife that I saw today on White Mountain. It came out a while ago, and it gave me fucking nip vibes. It was by MKM. They had a couple of different versions. It's an older one, like a couple of months. This year, 2023. You guys know MKM brand, though, that Italian brand? Okay. Yeah. God, I don't remember the fucking name of it, man. It was on one of the last pages on... But anyways, I was interested because it was only $100 right now. They had it on sale for M390 fucking, I think it was titanium.
On White Mountain?
Yeah, on White Mountain. I'll tell you what, I think I had a bunch of windows open because I was shopping.
Wombat Corporalite says, is it the Isanzo?
Isanzo?
I'm looking at it here. I'll pull it up. I'm looking at it.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do this right quick.
D Stone says small knives suck. Well, D Stone, what about this?
Oh, wait a minute. I got the name for you right here. Yeah, he's right. Isanzo. He's right. The cleaver one. Yep. It's in carbon fiber, as a matter of fact. The one that I'm looking at.
I'm not a huge fan of that bag spacer, man. It looks like a...
Nah, it's fucking ridiculous, but...
Looks like a carabiner.
It does. Yeah. I think it double... Does it... Oh, no. Okay, I thought maybe it had like a retractable... I'm not retractable, but fucking... It's closed, right? On that thing. It's not a carabiner?
It's closed. Speaking of small knives, I picked up 2 small knives at the show. I picked up the Baby Pyrite.
Nice.
Ooh, what's that? Gray?
Green aluminum.
Oh, you got the same one as me then. That bit's a good color, right?
Oh yeah, great color.
Fucking looks. I think that's the best color they offer, to be honest with you, that I like.
And then I bought. I got a Protec Runt, a textured aluminum.
How you liking that?
Dude, this thing fires extremely hard. It is insane.
I've always heard good things about it, bro. I just never pulled the trigger on it, man.
It's I mean, I'll carry it and see, but it's got a very, very good clip that's all, inset, flat in there, deep carry. I love the texturing. fires extremely hard, magna cut. So we'll see. It's a good little guy. I got it for 180. So they had a show exclusive Mordax there, and I want a Mordax, and it was a good one, but it was a black coated blade, and I wanted to
couldn't get over it.
Yeah. But it felt good. That was my first time really messing with a Mordax. It feels real nice. I like it a lot.
Okay, yeah. So being that you own a fucking Malibu, what did you think? Between the two,
the Malibu has a snappier action. The Malibu is snappier. I don't know if it's because it's a lighter blade, but the Mordax was just a little bit slower with the flick, but not like annoyingly slow. Just slower.
Let me go ahead, Rollo.
I was just gonna say, Drew D wants to know if it fires harder than the Launch 10.
This previously was the hardest firing auto that I felt, and it's very close, but the Runt does have it beat by a little bit.
I gotta say that Launch 10 looks pretty badass.
It does, bro.
It's it's amazing, man. It fires very, very hard. It comes with a clip. I just took mine off because I usually just throw it down in my pocket. This thing is badass, man. American made. I think it's CPM 154, yeah.
What was the price on that one?
Oh shit! I actually bought it at a knife store. Let me look it up though.
I tell you, bro, Kershaw's fucking impressing me, bro.
I think Kershaw is doing a better job than ZT, and that's some shit right there. Because ZT was supposed to be their premium brand, but they're getting outperformed by.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Kershaw's
been impressing me, man, and I think they found their niche with those fucking autos. All that whole launch series, and then now with the fucking live wire, bro. This is gonna make my list. Spoiler alert for fucking U.S. Auto of the Year.
The live wire.
Yep.
It's hard to beat at that price point. I think that every time people talk about just how good the live wire is, they followed the same recipe that made Axial popular, and then Axial started making their knives way more expensive, and they lost that. Like, people still like them. They're still good OTFs, but when you raise your price $100 and now you're competing with Microtech and with Heretic and with Hogue, it makes me wonder, like, okay, it's good, but now that you're competing with all of these very well set in stone brands, is it $300 good?
Let me throw something in there on that. Let's consider the litigation that they're fighting or had to fight. Maybe the prices got raised for some of that.
Yeah, but that's kind of fucked up, because then I don't know if you guys care about cursing on this live, but
no,
it's fucked up because if you can't openly make your customers pay your legal battles, and if you are going to do that, you should make it well known. Gain the backing of the community. Say, listen, we were done dirty by Microtech. Microtech took us to court about this. We know you want us to continue making knives. The prices have gone up. I can go buy a coffee, and before I get to the service window, I see a note on the window that says, due to the price of tomatoes in Maine, milk now costs 50 cents more. At least I know why I'm getting charged more. I feel like if you're going to raise the prices for that reason, you should tell the people.
Oh, I hear you. Regardless of why you're raising it, I mean, no matter what the reason is, if it's that significant of a fucking increase, maybe absolutely you owe us some type of explanation.
What? I don't know anything about the litigation. What? I don't know anything about that. What happened?
I mean, first of all, I made that comment. I don't know if there's any truth to that. I'm just fucking. I'm on a level right now, so I'm thinking shit. But
I thought the same thing.
Fucking, there was, I'm not a professional on it, well versed on it, but I do know that they were served a cease and desist by Microtech because they were basically trying to imply that the Axial shift was basically an Ultratech knockoff. Or is it the Ultratech?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Which is baloney.
Unless there was something with the firing mechanism or the switch or something, but appearance wise, it looks nothing like the Ultratech.
The problem with OTF knives is that the way that they function, there's very little you can do where it won't have a similar, and I say that word loosely, similar aesthetic or outline or silhouette it's kind of like saying that Chevy ripped off Ford when it came to pickup trucks. Like, come on.
Well, yeah, it has to. The handle has to fit in the blade. It has to have a switch that slides up and down, and that's.
It could either be on the side or on the, on the center or whatever. But there's only so much you can do. I mean, like Benchmade has the Infidel, which has that flared bit, near the tang of the blade. What's it called? Grant and Gavin Hawk. They have theirs, which is honestly, kind of more similar to the Infidel. But there's only so much you can do. It's like, what? Are we going to allow you to patent the rectangle now?
Yeah, no.
Get out of here with that. And here's the thing. I do not support Microtech doing that. I'm still not going to boycott them for it, though, because that's business. And I still like knives. I'm not going to never buy another Microtech for that reason. But it does make you aware of kind of like the little tiffs that go on in the background, companies taking shots at each other. I wonder how many times Microtech and Benchmade have sued each other over that, though.
Well, you know what that makes me think, too, is that fucking Microtech felt threatened, bro. They fucking felt threatened.
Yeah. It sounds kind of like just a kind of almost like a warning shot. Like, we don't really have anything behind this, but, stay away from our shit. We're the USA made auto people.
You don't want these problems, motherfuckers. You don't want these problems. That's what they're saying.
Well, Tony Marfione, he, for all we know, he could be old Italian gangster style.
That's right. That's right.
It does have that kind of mafioso ring to it.
Yeah. We had somebody who, Duty we had a guest in here at one time who I actually kind of asked him about that, and he, who I'm talking about, right, Duty? And fucking he let it be known that, it's a dirty game, and motherfuckers, there's a lot of backstabbing involved in this game, and so he didn't want to elaborate, but he damn sure let us know.
Yeah, and also, not just with knife makers, but remember Blue Creek Knives? Remember Brian over there?
Yes, bro.
He was saying that the other knife distributors were like forcing him out of business.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, bro, I liked his. I mean, I didn't do much business with the website, but he was very engaging. He was trying every fucking thing to get, to hit the ground running.
Yeah,
he supported the community. He supported a lot of creators.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't uncommon to see him in live chats all the time, donating to channels, lending out knives, doing promotional stuff, and that kind of thing helps out channels both big and small. And
absolutely,
I've learned a lot since about a year and a half ago when I started the channel. It's crazy when you go back in the kitchen and see how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
Kind of changes the perspective a little bit.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's why it's important to support websites like D&K Knives. It's because it's easy to go to Blade HQ and send them your money, but how many small content creators have they helped out?
Oh yeah,
none.
And that was unsolicited from me, bro. Fucking he just reached out and was like, hey, send you some fucking knives. And that was fucking, and that's the only motherfucker, as far as coming from a company that has even fucking given me a sniff. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm tripping. I'm fucking losing my mind.
Yeah, but don't forget to use code fucker at
right. I meant more like knives and shit, but fucking, we all got a little White Mountain love and shit. We're not eating all of it, but it helps the channel in the grand scheme of things,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Tina Turner brought up Focus Works, and my dad actually bought a box cutter from them at the show. And it's pretty fucking cool, man. I was messing with it today. I've never heard of them until my dad bought this thing, but they make this box cutter or a utility knife thing. It's here it is. It's called Bob the Box Cutter, and he's got a patent on this mechanism. It's like some way that the blade is held in where you can change them out really easy. But it's like almost like a bolt action box cutter, and there you can get titanium, aluminum, brass, zirconium, copper.
I tell you, bro, this EDC fucking this whole genre, everyone's just trying to get in where they fit in, bro. These box cutters are taking off. The utility knives are taking off. I think there's been a a rebirth of the utility tools, the multi-tools. You know, I think everyone sees that there's money in this fucking. Hold up, my damn lighting went off.
See, that's one of the reasons why I like the nip so much, though, is because you get, you know, crazy cool materials like the purple camo carbon fiber with S90V. I guarantee you this S90V is going to hold an edge longer than any of those box cutter blades. Now, those are replaceable, you know, so you can truly abuse them and throw them away. But
motherfucker,
there's just something that's nice about the nip is that you can actually, like, it's a permanent box cutter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you don't sacrifice anything when you carry this. You know, like have you ever picked up 2 knives in the morning and you're like, man, I really want to carry this one, but I also really want to carry this one. And I know Jason's over here stuffing knives in every single
you guys are right.
But some of us are like, you know what, maybe 1.5, 2 knives is the most. But the best part about the nip is that even though it's a small knife, you don't sacrifice anything because you just pop this in your 5th pocket, and then you could put a full-size knife in your front pocket, and you don't sacrifice a damn thing.
Yep.
Are you getting paid by Devo, motherfucker?
No, man. I've just been carrying this a whole lot.
I know.
You know Kev doesn't pay nobody. Come on, you know?
Hey, how about this? How about Devo Knives fucking Knife Company of the Year?
Maybe new Knife Company of the Year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Like,
well, what are the contenders? Let's come up with the list. What do we got?
All right. You got to have no knives in there.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to have, I'm just going to say it, I may not be on board, but they have a lot of positive feedback. It's going to be crispy donut, what is it?
Crispy donut community?
Crispy donut community.
Okay.
Goddamn, Rosecraft. Budget side of things.
I mean, their traditionals are great, but I don't like any of their modern stuff.
Look, you guys already know which one would be a contender for me. Midgard's Messer is definitely a contender on my book, but that's because I love big, chunky, overbuilt knives. You know, like just like there's people in the chat that are going to say, "Oh, I don't like tiny ass knives." There's also people in the chat that are like, "Dude, the Berserker is ridiculous." But I still carry this.
How long have they been around though?
Midgard's has been around for years.
See, that's what this has got to be newcomer.
Rookie
of the year. That's what we're saying.
As far as like the American market, they just recently got here. You know, they only had, if you go back to December, the U.S. distributor website for Midgard's didn't exist. Like they didn't have a website. They were doing business through Instagram. So they are pretty new to us, but they've been around in Germany for a while.
Kunwu.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one, buddy.
I honestly think the Padre could be a knife of the year in a category for me.
Absolutely.
It's fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I love everything that they're fucking doing. I tell you, they got a fantastic handling of the social media aspect. To be an overseas company, they know how to joke with us Americans. They you know, Sergio, I love that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah,
I love me some goddamn Sergio, bro. He's a good dude. But I think, you know, their dedication to heat treat while keeping the price, you know, fair. Their customer, they always tell you what the fuck's going on. They don't hide shit. They tell you, hey, we're like when they built that Chad, they had big issues grinding those blades because of the HRC was so high, and they ended up losing their ass on it. They didn't change the price on nobody. They kept the price the same, and they were upfront and honest with us. And I think that shit holds weight, man.
Oh yeah,
at least with me it does, you know.
Oh, yep. Absolutely. You know, it makes me wonder what the hell's going on with Benchmade. You know, like there's inflation and then there's double inflation. And, you know, I would support Benchmade more if they came out and said, you know what, we're really trying to compete with these Chinese companies, but to do so, we have to expand our factories. We have to hire more people. That costs more money. And so now that gets transferred onto you. You know, just like if you buy a coffee and the price of milk went up and now that gets transferred onto you, I think people would understand that. Benchmade has been getting a lot of unhappy community goers, because of their double inflation. You know, I expect, what is it, like 8% over 3 years is the regular inflation rate? I'm trying to remember. But
I don't know, but it's not. Yeah, it's not that much.
But it's not that much.
Yeah.
And then, like, it pisses me off when I go to a website where they're selling Benchmades and they're like, look at this exclusive. And it's the exact same thing as their others, but...
Oh, shit.
Oh, my goodness. We got a legend in the house.
That's a ghost. That's a ghost.
What's
Thank
up,
you for letting me join, dudes. I hadn't seen your guys' faces
Good,
in a
Sharif.
minute, so.
OG Sharif in the house.
How y'all doing, man?
What's
Good.
up, boy?
Good, dude. I agree with what you're saying, Rolo, about Benchmade.
Oh, man, you made that video on them a while ago. What was it, like 4 or 5 months ago? And the whole time I'm just sitting at my computer screen. Preach.
Has Benchmade sent assassins to your house yet?
Bossy may have.
I mean, there's a reason why I keep this thing right by the desk, all right? Like, I can just ninja out in a second. Peace.
He's ready, man. He's ready.
Oh, man. That's perfect.
So don't let me derail the discussion, man.
No, we were talking about new knife companies of the year. We have, I think, Vosteed. They're pretty new. I don't know about this new.
I could co-sign Vosteed. I think their first release was last year. So,
Sharif, are you co-signing Vosteed?
Oh yeah, that's Sharif's company there too. Yeah.
No, the Nightshade is legit. I'll give them that.
That's the only knife I like from them.
That's their flagship. You know, that's their PM2. That's their Para 3. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know,
I don't think I've ever seen on the topic of Vosteed. So I recently did my video on this guy, the RS.
Yeah,
I almost said RS Chaos. This is the Morel. This knife gets so much hate, and I knew. So for one, I'll say this: they definitely screwed up on the ergos of the handle skill because they tried to make it flowy, and this is a Rob Saniscalchi design, but there's these little flats that come to a point right there. Because it's a crossbar lock, you have to force that into your hand every time you go to release it, but also when you go to deploy it. And, you know, you do it once or twice, whatever. You're not going to really notice it. But if you're someone that fidgets with your knives or you open and close them a whole bunch, you'll notice it immediately, and it becomes a hot spot that really pisses me off. Now, that's my thing. But if you go to my comment section on the video, and I released it last night at like midnight, but because in my video, I asked people, I was like, these didn't sell out, which means that most of you didn't buy them. I made that
steal.
Steal. Tell me why. And if you go and you look at those comments, they range everywhere from, oh, I just didn't like the design, to this is the most unappealing Vosteed ever made.
Oh, wow.
And oh man, like I kind of feel bad for him because, you know, RS Knifeworks is a really, really talented guy. You know, on his customs, his custom knives are next level. And, you know, he's made a name for himself for a reason, doing grinds like this, which people love on his customs, but for some reason seem to hate on his productions. Well, I don't know. I like.
Is there a utilitarian purpose for it, or just for looks?
So, my assessment is like, if it's done like this, where it's a little bit longer.
Yeah,
right? That's a wedge essentially for like powering through stuff and really like leveraging a thicker blade material.
GTC does that too.
Well, this is the GTC design.
Yeah. For a second, I thought that was one of those Hogue Sig models.
Oh yeah. But
you seen that one? That one's crazy.
Like Gustavo does that a bit with his designs, right? but it's like a 50-50 split. The thing that threw me on the morel is like that's like a half an inch section there, you know, and it's like just do the grind the whole way, man.
Yeah, shit. When I got my mayhem, the first fucking thing I did was ship that fucking thing to BGM Knives and had a regrind.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. Yeah,
the first thing I did.
Yeah,
first thing I did.
So this is the one I was mentioning. That's what I thought you were showing me. This guy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah. I love what Hogue is doing. I love their button locks. I ain't gonna shit you.
Yeah, Hogue's doing bits, man, for sure.
I've never tried a Hogue button lock. I probably should.
I got one, bro. I'll send you one. I'm fucking loving that fucking thing.
Yeah,
I damn sure do. Yeah, bro.
Speaking
What's up with the
of,
Kaimano? I'm waiting for that Kaimano. I'm waiting for that pass around.
Bro, hopefully it's coming around soon, man. I just got this guy back after 3 months of it not being in
I was
my
gonna say
hand.
that looks familiar. Hey, I was quick. I blame Jim Skelton for being slow.
No, Jim was quick too. It was a couple of other people who I won't mention on stream because I don't want to throw shade. But yeah, I just got it back. I'm going to use it to take some photos because I'm doing a drop at the end of the month of like little accoutrements, little men's accessories stuff. And then I'll, whatchamacallit, then I'll send it back out once I get some photos taken.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the Kaimano is clean.
I know.
So good.
Yeah, I really want to try.
I didn't come here to make anything about me, so let's talk about other stuff. But I appreciate
people are excited, man. Like Sharif, I know you got my contact form email, but like I had channel members that were commenting on videos of completely separate knives. Like, have you heard? Like, when is the Kaimano shipping? I'm ready for the Kaimano. Do you have any news? And I'm like, just. Meanwhile, I'm reviewing a CJRB Pyrite.
Dude, I've heard good things about the mini Pyrite, man.
You know,
it's pretty cool, man.
I knew y'all would have it.
Fantastic, bro. They crushed it. They crushed it, bro.
Yeah,
they fucking
dude.
crushed it. They really did. CJRB has figured out how to fucking. I think they rival on the budget level. They're rivaling what ProTech has done with the Malibu. It's that fucking good. I think they're. Have you not handled the Echo this year or
No.
Oh man, bro.
Dude, I'll be a little honest. Like, I've been a bougie bitch when it comes to my purchases this year. So, like, just I got 2 of them on the desk that I'll show you that I picked up this year. One was this guy.
Oh, nice. The Spartan Harsey folder. That's the Plague Doctor.
That's that Plague Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that was released during the COOF. You know? And then the other one that I picked up recently, crazy that I actually found it on sale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
where'd you find it at?
Listen to this, though. Turn up the volume. You hear that ting? Let me do it again.
Oh, yeah. I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's music to my ears. Play that on repeat.
That's the Wii Erratic.
Dude, there was a guy who was selling it on eBay for basically what it costs new. So
they actually, they discontinued that knife after Isham passed away, right? And then, 4 months later, they came back with another run, and then they disappeared.
Yeah.
That knife is crazy cool. I reviewed one. The action was insanely smooth.
It's a damn good knife. It's so innovative in its construction, and just from like a design point of view, it's like people get caught up in the craziness of like the holes, but it's so well thought out. Like he did stuff with that design that you don't see on knives below like Shirogorov level, which is just like crazy. You know,
he took it beyond functional art. It was highly functional art.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that some people weren't ready for it. Some people saw it as, you know, gas station knife, which kills me, because when people say that, that just means that they don't know what gas station knives are copying. They don't know where that comes from. And the level of attention to detail to get everything to fit perfectly and flow perfectly in a design like that, like you can't look at an Arrakis and say that it's copying this or copying that. It's a completely unique design.
I got to handle his design with Arcane the other day at the show. The
Plexus.
The Plexus, yeah, that thing is wild.
Yeah,
I bought mine and I ended up selling it.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did, man. It was just you got one, you kept it. Yeah, I sold mine.
Man, I love my Plexus, and here's it's got one of the best actions in my collection. You know, it's somewhere between a hydraulic guillotine and an ice skater. Like that's perfect, man. As far as the action is concerned, the one thing that does bother me is that I think that they could have made this more accessible. This window,
yeah,
would have been more accessible. Now I can still dig in there and, you know, flick it out, but it wouldn't have
flowed with the design if they had moved it.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be the same, you know.
I think that they could have. I think that there was a way. Isham loved putting windows in his knives.
Yeah, he did.
And some of them were usable, some of them weren't. But
here's my my poor man's Isham.
Yeah, no, but that thing is sick, man.
This thing is sick as hell, dude. This thing slices like nuts.
Oh yeah.
The disappearing flipper tab.
Yeah, so he was like, I was explaining to Matisfaction the other day, like there are a lot of designs that I can replicate or kind of copy their style. I could never copy Isham. Like,
yeah,
just so many rules that he like breaks for like visuals that are just like, that's what made him a genius. Like he made stuff that was wild and crazy work. You know?
Did you know him on a personal level?
No, that's the really, for me, one of the sad parts was that like I was just like kind of hitting the scene and like getting out there when he passed, and I was like planning on going to a Blade show and meeting him and talking with him and, you know, trying to like form a relationship, and then like unfortunately what happened, and it's like, oh man, like that's one of the guys, dude, like that really, like for me, was up there. Oh yeah, like
Soze.
Yeah,
this thing is wild. It's not functionally good, but it's beautiful.
yeah, no, that's art.
Yeah,
exactly, and that's how I felt about the Plexus. You hit it right on the head with that one.
Yeah,
but it's highly functional art. I'm telling you, you stab someone with that, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You know how they say just stick them with the pointy end? Which one? It's got two pointy.
Yeah, there's something cool about a completely symmetrical knife. I've always kind of liked that.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pull off, I'm sure.
Dude, it's especially hard with daggers. Like,
yeah,
I've tried doing a few different dagger designs, and like it drives me nuts when like the blade peeks out in the closed position, you know?
Yeah.
And like he killed it. He really did. And
what's the best dagger? Folding dagger.
Dagger.
Your boy fucking Brian Nadeau. Fucking what is that?
The arch nemesis?
Arch nemesis.
Yeah.
You did that one
You may have to go with Brian Nadeau. Yeah.
That was a Something Obscene collaboration, right?
Oh, dude. No, have you guys seen the one that Tashi Barusha did for CCKS?
I
let me pull this up real quick.
The one I'm thinking of is it's not Brian Nadeau. It's Something Obscene, and it's a collaboration with...
Oh, you're thinking about the Arcane one.
Yeah, it was a collaboration with Arcane.
That one's
that one, that's actually on my wish list.
Yeah, I want that one badly.
That is the Aftermatter. What was it?
Yeah, you're right. It's Antimatter.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm on the list too. Fucking like.
But check this thing out. This is the one that Tashi Barusha did for Blade Show this year.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. Yeah, that is wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Oh.
Gorgeous.
He had a couple like less fancy versions on the table as well that I got to check out. I didn't handle that one.
Yeah, like this one.
Yeah. That is crazy.
So good. Yeah, I'm a sucker for a really good dagger. It's so hard to do well that when you see one done like excellently, you're just like, oof.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. Take my money. Unfortunately, I may lose the house. Man, speaking of beautiful knives, man, are you ready to part with that Alliance Design Kraken, Jason?
Doubtful.
He's a beauty, boy.
Hey, yeah, I waited to pull the trigger on that, and they're getting like almost impossible to find now.
You know who had one or two? You should reach out
DNK
to DNK
Knives.
Who?
DNK Knives has them.
Don from DNK
Don
Knives.
Farmer, DNKKnives.com. Check it out.
Yeah,
He has. Last time I checked, he had two or three different SKUs.
There you go, right there. OG.
Dude,
right there in front of you.
I did see this, but I wasn't sure if DNK was legit. Okay, so
He's
you guys
legit.
vouch that he's legit, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Cool.
He's got other Alliance Designs knives too.
No, that's the only one I care about right now.
Well, we'll talk. You and I we can talk.
All right. I mean, if you're interested in letting it go, I may be interested in picking that up.
I got your number. I'll hit you up. We'll talk about it. But it's a great fucking knife. Have you got to handle it yet?
No.
Oh well, bro, we got to get it to you at least to check it out. You know, even if I don't let it go.
It's got everything that I like in a knife. It's got thumb studs, micarta titanium compound grind, pokey stabby tip. That's a Sharif knife for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, so I don't mean to derail the conversation, but Jason, you know what we have to do, right? Now that we're on the same live stream together, we have to ask the people.
Oh, I ain't scared, motherfucker.
Who did it best?
Oh, Sharif's in too?
Oh,
No, I just got the OG for reference.
Okay.
All right. So I'll go first for the people that didn't see my video on this.
Okay, you go first. I'm going to put you in solo.
So this is the Blade Ops exclusive in LMAX Paramilitary 2 Emerson Wave Edition, which is a Saber grind. This is purple titanium hardware from Rock Scale Design, purple titanium backspacer, MXG deep carry clip.
What are the scales?
These are the Rock Scale titanium critter scales.
Those
that are aluminum. They're aluminum oxide blasted, which is scratch resistant, and it also offers a good amount of texturing for grip as well, so it won't slide out of your hand. And yeah, it's like a different alien take on frag pattern.
Pretty fucking nice. All right, Jason, what do you got?
You motherfuckers. All right. Well, full disclosure, I'm gonna say some shit, to be honest with you. I wanted to do the fucking Rock Scale Designs too, but fucking Rolo beat me to the punch, and I was not gonna jump on his bandwagon. That was his shit, so I didn't go that route. But I kept my shit all American made, all American as well. I went ahead and I went with the Cerberus canvas micarta scales, honeycomb pattern, with the hyperglow on the pivot.
Nice.
Threw on that MXG gear, deep carry pocket clip. I went Rock Scale Design on my backspacer, and then I went Rock Scale Design also on the titanium hardware.
Nice.
Did you upgrade your hardware as well or no?
Yeah. No, so literally the only
you get the purple. Okay.
Jason says that he didn't hop on the bandwagon, but really the only difference between our knives is the scales.
Well, motherfucker, there wasn't much choices. I was gonna go with the MXG gear. Okay.
That makes you has the best clips. What are you gonna do?
Right. Oh, and also I bought all my shit. No one donated nothing to me, baby. This is hard-earned money here.
You know what? Hate the player, don't hate the game.
Oh, never hate, baby. Congratulate. Never hate. Congratulate. Just stating the facts so the people know.
You know, I ain't rich like you. I'm a working man.
Shit.
All right, who did it better? Say in the chat. Give your vote. Who did better with their mod, their PM2 mod? Let's see some names.
I love this damn thing, by the way.
One for Jason.
What is that one you got, Sharif? That's the OG you said?
Yeah, this is the OG, unedited, unfiltered.
Oh, but it's the same Blade Ops one.
Oh, yeah.
You left the raw dogs.
But you put a lanyard on it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But
Just qualified automatically.
No, but look at how dope this thing is. It's a skull with no face.
Oh, shit, I see it.
No, it's pretty cool bead. There's
How much you pay for that bead? Them bitches get pricey, man.
Oh, no, this one was cheap. This one was like 24 or 30 or something or maybe at most 40. But it's fully 3D printed, hand finished, like it's got some crazy details to it.
It's a fucking tie so far. It's a fucking tie.
I think the tiebreaker is the comment from Lord Needham. He says, "Duty's Rosie did it better."
I got a Rosie too, motherfucking Lord Needham.
That's true.
Let's match 9 for 9. Fuck it, let's go. Rosie started off.
I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm not trying to take out a mortgage and knife collection.
Hold on, Roll's getting some extras here now. Hold on.
Wait. You don't want to spend $1,200 on a knife, Rollo?
No, I definitely do.
I saw that one at the show, man. They had one. It was beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I love that thing.
Shiro Aquatic, baby.
I ain't been able to get into Shiros, man. They just don't.
You know what? When you handle one,
I handled one. It's just,
oh, really?
I just don't. I'm just getting over dealing with flipper only knives. I mean, for the longest, I shut them down instantaneously. I've got a couple that I've kept around that have spoken to me. So, fucking Drew.
Somebody time out Dr. Drew Dude for that comment.
I tell you, this made me become a believer, bro. I thought it was all propaganda. No, that shit works and it's fucking pretty cool.
See,
pretty goddamn cool.
Yeah, dude.
At the same time, this one's for Dr. Drew Dude. At the same time that I modified this one, I also modified this one with the sharp dress knives, dark matter red carbon fiber handle scales, MXG pocket clip, rock scale back spacer. I tried out the CME for the first time, and it's kind of crazy because when I got this set up, I didn't know that it was actually glow in the dark. Check this out. All right. I might need to charge it up better. Hold on.
Yeah.
What is glowing? The
CME.
Oh, okay. That's kind of
Jason,
cool.
you know who may also you may want to check out if you're not into Shiros? Check out Herman's.
Oh yeah, but I've seen a lot of the flipper shit too.
Right? They're flipper only, but I tell you what, man. So the guy who let me borrow 2 of his Hermans to check out, the dude hard uses the shit out of them. Like he works in he owns a body shop, right? And cars come in mangled from accidents and stuff like that. And he will literally straight up pull out a Herman and just cut through mangled parts of the freaking car. And dude, they're immaculate.
Talk about your tax dollars at work.
Dude.
Hey, you know what? I look up to a motherfucker like that, bro. I look up to him. Guys.
Right? I can't.
Better than me. I can't, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Going for that hard use patina.
But dude, I mean, the guy, he literally hard uses knives that are like grail knives for me. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Okay, you know.
God bless him. God bless him.
But that to me also like confirms, because he said I can't remember what knife he sent. He sent it to me a note like months ago. He was like, I had a Chris Reeves or something, and the edge rolled on it while doing work like that. So he picked up the Hermans, and the Hermans haven't rolled an edge on him. So he was like, okay, better knife for the money.
Yeah.
Like just cutting through crazy shit. I'm like,
he should do cut tests for YouTube. That'd be awesome.
dude, I should have done it, because like
I've always wanted to see somebody do like a real torture test on like some of these real expensive knives.
Like cutting through a car door with my PM2.
Yeah.
So it looks like Rolo may have won here by 1 vote.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. I demand a recount, goddammit. I demand a recount.
Fake news.
Fake news. Congratulations. You know, it was an honor.
They both look fucking badass, man. You know, I'm not into waves, but those knives look really sick.
You know, I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of this Saber grind on this model.
Yeah.
There's a lot of diehard Here's the funny part. You know, have you ever reviewed a Spyderco and people are like, I just think they're ugly, right?
Oh yeah.
This knife makes Spyderco people say, I like the PM2, but I think that's ugly. Which
right.
It is.
Like, hey, pot meet kettle. But the Saber grind on here is ridiculously good.
It's so slicey.
How can it be better? How can it be better than a full flat grind, though?
I swear it cuts better.
How?
Yeah,
it's not possible.
I think that's. I'll let Sharif talk about it. He's the
no. It doesn't make sense, but somehow it just feels better. Like I can't explain it, because I have both. Like, dude, I'll show you. Right. This is my PM2 that I'm selling to a local buddy, right? And I just got to get this Ranger band off of it. Dude, I customized this thing, right? Black PM2, Rips Garage Tech pocket clip, you know, the back spacer, all of the good stuff. These aren't even the OG scales. I actually had to find somebody who took off their OG black scales, because this one like shipped with the tan ones, right? But I wanted an all black PM2. Dude, I'm getting rid of this thing because, no joke, this is better in every way. Like, even the tip geometry, I don't feel like it's delicate or it's gonna snap.
Right.
The Saber grind just is so much more fulfilling to like cut with.
It does it all, man. Like it's stabby. You can 100% use this wave as a bottle opener. I did it. You know, it was suggested to me in the comment section. They said that's one hell of a bottle opener.
Yeah, I can't explain it, man.
I'm gonna try it. Now, since you're saying that, I'm gonna try it because I got, you know, full flat grind PM2s. I got fucking the Saber one. I mean, I love it. I'm co-signing what you guys are saying. I just love the aesthetics, but like Duty says, it make sense. Like it just doesn't seem like it would. It just, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm telling you, it feels slicier.
We about to find out.
It does depend. I mean, I did notice that the secondary bevel is fairly tall. You know, like the edge bevel. So what they may have done is they may have laid back that secondary bevel in order to get like better slicing geometry out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never actually put it on an angle, you know, to like see or for sharpening, you know.
So I'm not a guy that doubles up on knife models, right? The one exception I've made is on the PM2 because this is the crewwear version, DLT exclusive, and this, is the Blade Ops exclusive.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm okay doubling up on these is because these feel like two completely different knives.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both great. They're both awesome. I still feel weird about carrying them both at the same time. It's like if you have two girlfriends, you can't let them know about each other.
Yep.
Perfect analogy. Perfect analogy, buddy.
But I can tell you, okay, so like the edge bevel on the PM2 is 1.1 millimeters. The edge bevel on the PM2 Wave is 1.8 millimeters. So it is taller. So I don't know. Either they went like thinner. Let me see if I can measure behind the edge, because that may be a little bit more conclusive. All right, 1 point. Damn it! I gotta go looser on this. This is riveting stuff. Sorry, guys.
Watch Sharif measure things.
Yeah, right. Like, okay, I'll say that's like 1.1, maybe around there. Oh no, for sure the OG PM2 is thinner. Yeah. I can't explain it. I literally don't have an explanation.
What about wait a second. What about the width? What about the width of the edge bevel? Because I do believe that the edge bevel is wider on the LMAX version.
It is. That's what I was just measuring, like the behind the edge. It's like 1.1 or 1.15 millimeters, whereas like on the full flat grind, it's like 0.8 millimeters.
It's okay. So, it's more slicey.
That's not fair.
This will cut paper with a completely dull edge. Guaranteed.
You think that's your sliciest knife? What is your guys' sliciest knife?
My sliciest knife might be fucking... I'll tell you which one's my sliciest knife, I believe. It's got to be this fucking Spyderco goddamn... the fuck am I'm drawing a blank right now.
The is it the Chaparral?
Chaparral. There you go.
There you go. I know one of my sliciest knives.
Ooh, the GTC. That
was cool. Full 5 millimeter thick blade.
Yeah.
Actually,
let me tell you something. This is not mine, but this is the Drift XL, and it has thinner blade stock than the Shadow. Not by a lot, but it's a little bit thinner. And I think this is spicier than the Shadow.
I didn't think about that. Good call, buddy.
It is unbelievable.
How's the act? Oh, look at that.
All right, fellas. Quarter-inch thick spine. Quarter-inch thick spine.
Is it hollow ground or is it flat?
This is a flat grind.
Jeez.
But this is more of like it's built like a competition chopper. So it's stupidly thin here. I don't have calipers. I'm not cool like you guys. But it's stupidly thin here, and it's a very tall blade profile.
Yeah.
And so it slices ridiculously well.
But I bet not through cardboard, though.
Yeah, cardboard's a different story.
Different animal for sure.
You could cut paper with an axe if it has a sharp edge.
Yeah.
I have. The O-knife Otical. I have it.
You have an axe.
Oh, but I will tell you for sure, my sliciest, baddest ass knife of all time.
The Mayhem. How you liking that? You loving it?
I fucking love this thing. It's so stupid. It's so awesome. It's so dangerous.
It looks fun.
And it's my desk fidget toy. Like,
right.
With my fidget toy, I have to watch out for my fingers, But
Goddamn right.
dude, this thing, like the first second I saw this, I was just like, this is a knife crime waiting to happen.
Yeah.
And I maintained that. Like somebody busts into my house and I run after them with this, I guarantee you they're terrified.
Can you deploy that rather easily without the wrist, or you need wrist to deploy it?
This
straight up, then I need some wrist, but
both of you guys, fucking Sharif.
This one, if you use the lock, you need a little bit of wrist. I mean, it is like over a pound of blade. So, yeah, but it does have thumb studs. So you can, if you kind of like...
You got a big enough goddamn hand.
Yeah,
you gotta have a paw.
You can slow roll it, I have seen people who have reverse flicked it, but I'm too scared from my fingers to reverse flick this thing.
Well, how much were those? Like 2 and some change or something?
Yeah, this is one of the original limited edition ones. That's an S35. And I got it for like $250 on Midway. Like somewhere around there, which is crazy for like over a pound of S35 VN,
I thought they still had those too. I looked at it the other day.
They may. I mean, if you hop on Midway,
it kills me that you'll spend the same amount for the Oz 10A version.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Like either the Oz 10A version is too expensive or the S35 version is too cheap. There it is.
I think it was just like an initial promotional thing. Oh yeah, see, they don't have any more of the S35s available. But yeah, there was only like 1,000 of them or something like that that were in the S35. So
I could have swore I saw them for.
And that's my one and only Cold Steel too.
You don't have an 8015? It seems like you should have one.
No. The one that I would get would be the 8020S. If I could find it, because the 8020.5 is going to be too small for my hands. So
I think you would really like one of the big 8020s.
I gotta see. Yeah. I've been on the fence just because of the price relative to like the steel and the materials, But like, I'll tell you what, the arcade was tempting me pretty hard.
Jason's got one; he loves it.
Yeah.
And I tell you that like we shitted on it when they first announced it, like before anyone really got it in hand. Yeah. But it was it was mainly because of the whole marketing and the name, the name being a dumb name. But I fucking love it, bro. I really do.
That's what I'm saying, right? Because like I agree with you when their advertising showed how out of touch like Blade HQ really is with like the community and people at large. Like I guarantee you, nobody saw that advertising and was like, "Yo, I need to get one," right? Yeah. But yeah, man, when they get that titanium and green micarta one back in, I may pick it up.
Yeah, bro, that bitch has been sold out. I wanted that one too.
Yeah,
That's the best looking one.
But I'll wait. I'm not in a rush. I'm finally getting into backlocks. Like I picked up, this one from Duty.
Oh yeah, how do you like that?
It's an interesting knife. Like, where it makes the most amount of sense is like wearing gloves. Like this edge is not the most comfortable to work with, and the pocket clip is kind of stupid, But when you put on gloves, it starts to make a lot more sense.
I'll tell you what. I have both that version, the budget version, and the premium version. And when the budget version came out, everyone was screaming about how by them putting that jimping on it, that it was an improvement. I'm along the same lines as you, bro. I think you should check this one out without the jimping.
Yeah.
To see if you have that same feeling, man.
Yeah.
I think that jimping does a disservice.
Exactly what I was thinking, right? Like it gets between the tension of the spring and that, like it starts to get uncomfortable, especially if you start like fidgeting with it. It's like, oh, next thing you know, I've got like a dent in my finger.
Especially when it was brand new, it had bad lock stick, and my finger was destroyed. It's a little better now than it used to be, but
so I got a question for you guys. How often do you run into it where you find a knife design that you love, but the general community does not?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've got one in mind, and I'll wait to go last. But you guys,
I'm going second. I'm going second to last. I gotta think about this.
I'm an Emerson fan, so that immediately puts me on the outs with a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Yeah, those are not very popular for their looks.
Emerson's and Striders, dude. Like.
Oh, I love Striders.
Yeah, but you're in the minority too, fucker.
I tried a bunch of them. I tried a bunch of Striders at the show. I'm not a Strider guy. I didn't like them.
Yeah. How did you like that new model that they came out with, like the Jack or whatever?
I don't know. What is it?
They have the I can't remember the name of the small one, the SNG, the SMF, and then they made a new middle one that's like in between the smallest model and the SNG.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It just felt like a little bigger, just a little bigger version of the small one, really.
Yeah. Dude, I mean,
I don't know. I think all my knife choices are pretty well loved in general. I don't know. I'm gonna think.
So there's a knife that I've been lusting after, but I know people dislike it specifically because it has a retention ring, and people are weird about it. There's very few fence sitters. There's a small group of people that love karambit rings and retention rings. And then there's a large group of people that automatically place it in the gas station knife category because of it. Doesn't matter how premium the materials are. Doesn't matter who designed it. And I'll show you the one I'm talking about. It's the Mech Force Ringed Rhino. John Graham. This guy. And this knife is badass.
I can see that one for you for sure.
Man, it is so. And the reason why I love it is because without the ring on there, and he did design one that didn't have the ring. It still had the crazy stubby blade, this Tonto clip point thing blade, which I think is really cool. But with the ring on there, it's actually big enough to get a full grip on it. Without the ring, it's not. And the way that it's designed is just so clean. And there's a story behind it too, because if you look at it, and I'll find another one because I'm pretty sure they had them on. I think they still have them on Blade HQ. The Ringed Rhino. Yeah, Mech Force John Graham Ringed Rhino. Did they discount it? They did. So they dropped it by almost $100. But if you look closely, you'll see a gummy bear that has a bite taken out of it, and it's there's a story behind that. Jim Skelton actually did a video on it because he has one. I think it might be the first one, and his version has the bear standing the other way. But apparently, what happened was John Graham got slipped a gummy bear that was laced. He took a bite out of it and tripped for like the rest of the evening, and he put that on this blade because I believe he was actually designing the blade at that time. So the Mech Force Ringed Rhino is badass, and I don't apologize for that opinion. I know plenty of people are like, nah, gas station knife, no way. That knife is too cool.
I wouldn't say gas station knife, but it's ugly as fuck. I would never buy one. Ever.
Too much tactical shit going on for me. It looks, I get just a very tactical militarian vibe when I look at that knife.
You know what's so funny about that, Jason?
Impractical, really.
Like the more and more like former servicemen and women I talk to, and like even like operators and stuff like that, they laugh when we talk to them about folding tactical knives because they're like, why would I ever use a folding knife other than for like working around the camp? You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to pull one out in a defensive situation ever. You're going to go for your fixed blade. And even before then, what you're going to do, if your primary is not working, you're going to use it to create space and pull out your sidearm. And like, you're never going to go for your knife ever, right? So it's so funny, like us in the community, we're like, ugh, tactical, yeah. And it's just like, no, that doesn't exist in reality.
Yeah. But you know, everyone has different tastes, man. If you think that knife looks good to you, then it looks good to you. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I know that if I were to pick that knife up, and now would actually be the time because it's heavily discounted. I already know what the comment section would look like. I already know. I don't need to review it. I know what the people think.
Fuck them.
Fuck them and feed them beans. Fuck them.
Yep.
But that would be one of those knives that I would buy and not really feel the need to review. You know, that's like a purely a me purchase type thing.
I hear you, but fuck it. You know, if it brings you joy, fuck it. That's what this is all about, man. You know, these knives, the joy that they bring us, we like to share with people. If they don't fucking like them, fuck them. Yeah. I tell you, still do the video.
Dude.
Every time Sharif whips out the mayhem, it's
it's true though. It feels that way.
It looks that way.
Real quick though, speaking of tactical knives, I'll show you guys something I've been working on. And exclusive first sneak peek.
Here it comes. All right.
You got a hang yet or
scales?
Is that pivot captured in like carbon fiber?
That is Damascus like captured pivot, yes.
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I do too.
And the whole idea is that the scales are contoured, but they like curve and reach a peak right down that center line that you're seeing, right? Yeah. So it's not like a sharp peak, but it's like the top and bottom are kind of like bowed a little bit to like get that peak, you know? I'm debating, because right now it's got a thumb disc. I'm going to see what it looks like with a finger hole, you know? But I'm like a thumb disc guy.
I love the thumb disc.
Yeah.
I don't have enough of them in thumb disc. I should. Let me ask you, who do you envision for OEM?
So this one would be definitely like under my brand. I would see if Kaiser could pull it off because I have the relationship, but it may have to go to Riyadh. Yeah.
So
it may have to.
You know,
to achieve your vision, you would go to Riyadh, you know, to help them.
If they can't do it, you know, like the problem I have is like I'd consider Best Tech, because a lot of the knives that we like are being OEM by Best Tech nowadays, like Arcanes, Nulls, you know, so on and so forth. But there have been a few knives that I've seen in Best Tech coincidentally do as like their own budget line, you know. And it's one of those things. Like I saw it back in the day with this guy. This is an Adam Purvis progeny budget version. If you look at the Best Tech Trexel, it's this blade, this whole handle shape, just mildly changed at the bottom and called a Best Tech.
I'll tell you, you got an eye for that shit, bro, with these companies. You be catching these motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
Sharif, you know what I think you should do, Ben? And I think, like, because I'm the Lord of Petty, first of all. I think you should take that design that you sent to Artisan Cutlery for the competition You should do it with like with Kubi or with Kaiser or with Riot. You should put it out, and you should make them eat it, because that design that they picked, it was a decent design, the one that they picked, but it wasn't even close as far as just how crazy cool it was and how involved. You got to put that design out. Was that the Pterosaur?
The Pterosaur. I'll tell you this. I sent it to Riot for review. So I told Riot, like, I've been wanting to work with them to license them a design for a while. That knife, if I tried to do it for like retail, that'd be like a $400+ knife. Like, there's just no way, right? Because it's a like the whole back spacer thing is like a one-piece integral design, right? So it would be expensive. If Riot could do it, that would be the dream come true, right? Because they could at least bring it in at a reasonable price point, and they would actually like realize it like the way it should be. For you guys who may not know what we're talking about, let me.
Yeah, you gotta show the people, like this design is badass. And when they put up that competition, they asked for the craziest, coolest design. Some of the ones they were considering, I'm like, that is like, yeah, it's a good knife design, but it's not crazy. You know, like, like that's good, but it's not crazy. And then I saw the Pterosaur. I was like, that is where it's at. The blade grind, heavy tones of some GTC influence. I love it. Yeah, put that knife out, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck him, put that knife out, make him eat it.
Yeah, I tell you, man, that looks great. Now let me ask, because I didn't follow like the winner. Is there any previous relationship with him and Artisan? Okay,
not to my knowledge, but yeah, like the thing that Rolo was talking about that's 100% true was like they asked for the most crazy, non-derivative, never before seen kind of designs, and what they ended up picking was very common derivative,
safe
cookie cutter type of shit.
Yeah, and it was just like, bro, like, okay, if you wanted to make that like a CJRB, like, I get it, right? But like, they asked for wild and crazy, and I get it. Like, you can look at this and you can say, okay, it's maybe not my taste. Like, I'm fine with that, right? But if you say wild and crazy, don't pick something that basically looks like a Towser K.
Like that.
I want to see I want to see the winning one.
Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. Because it's yeah. I mean, I don't want to speak ill of anybody, because like it takes balls to enter a competition, put yourself out there, all of that. It's more, I'm kind of throwing a little bit of shade on the Artisan, for not following their own sort of guidelines.
So right. There's some comments that I want to bring to light here. People in the chat saying that basically, do you think that they didn't pick it not because it wasn't the clear winner, but because they weren't capable of manufacturing it?
Funny enough, they have a design that they manufactured that is kind of like that I found out later. Like the similar sort of like thought process for construction.
Well, along that same vein, you got to think about it too. Like in the grand scheme of things, they want to make money. So they probably saw that amazing design of yours and were like, it's going to cost us tons of money to manufacture this knife.
So this is the one that actually won it.
So Jason, I think that's on them though. I don't see how they can, in good faith, ask for crazy non-derivative designs and then say, you know what, that's too much. Because when you look at those designs like Isham, for example, his designs were like that. He went through manufacturers like, We Knife Company to make those knives, and they're expensive, his premium end knives. So they should know what they were asking for. And the knife that won, there's no shade on that knife. It's a good looking knife, but it's
not wild and crazy.
Let's be honest.
It's like a Maverick. It's like the goddamn Maverick.
Like I could pick 10 knives that look like that knife right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. Like, it's a good knife design, sure. It's got a
Right.
You know what you should have done, Sharif? Just color in a button and turn that one in.
Yeah, right.
Gotta fucking want it, bro.
And here's
Was
the
that
thing.
the only
like,
was that the only
I need
button
water.
lock submitted?
no, there was a few, but
Okay.
like, I'll point out, like, this one was a really nice design, right? Like,
sure.
bold, really interesting, like, aesthetic. You know,
Yeah.
needs to work on the where the blade kind of falls in the handle a little bit more, but okay, that's an easy fix, right? Oh, and another thing that they didn't follow through with was they said one design submission per person, and there was several people who had multiple submissions. And I was like, bro, I can put 12 submissions in right now. You know, like,
Sounds like you got shafted, man.
yeah,
I agree.
it happens.
Yeah, can't win them all, man.
Yeah, there's
You know,
mine.
in good faith, when I voted, because I did go in and vote, when I voted, I looked at all of the designs that were uploaded. And I
Yeah,
looked at the parameters of what they were asking. You know, and you can call me biased because I think, Sharif, I think your designs are awesome, man. You can call me biased, but in reality, I didn't find another design that actually fit the parameters of what they were asking for.
yeah,
And I it kills me because you see this happen a lot where companies claim that they're doing new stuff, but then they put out more of the same. And that's what really bothers me, is because, you know, as a community, we want to see innovation. We want to see new designs. We want to see, you know, companies and designers take risks. But when we do, we don't reward them. We say, oh no, that's too risky, or the people won't like that. But I say to hell with that. Let the people vote with their dollars.
yeah. And this was the thing. They said, like, a design with no boundaries. We're looking for fresh, innovative designs that strive to revolutionize the tools that we see in this industry. Every design must be original, non-derivative, with dimensions, suggested materials, and a brief artistic description. So it's like
They pick more of the same.
yeah, like,
Yeah. They just picked the one that they thought would sell the best and the one that they could make money on.
Absolutely, hands down.
I mean, really, if they did want to do that, though, there's like drop points and stuff like that they could have picked. I mean, the drop points would easily sell.
But dude, the one they picked, that is hot right now. That profile is hot right now.
Yeah,
Like cleaver sheep's foot with the button lock, the choke up spot. Yeah. That's the shit right now.
Was it called the Hansel? Hansel. So hot right now.
But it's cool, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, I actually kind of like that design, but yeah, it's yours was definitely more wild than what they were asking for sure.
That's true.
Yeah, it is what it is, and I'm okay with that. It's just funny because they're like, oh, we want to give you an honorary mention and send you like a coin, an artisan coin, and I'm like, like, okay, a contract would have been better.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Sharif. I can be petty enough for the both of us, man.
There you go.
I was emotionally invested in that competition.
Man.
All right, fellas. I gotta go ahead and call it a night.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up too.
Yeah, man.
But I just wanted to say thanks. You know, in a minute, I keep trying to get on these lives, but it seems like my schedule on Sundays just doesn't line up. And I know last week or the week before then, I was ready to go, and then it was canceled, but nobody told me. So we'll have to do this again soon.
Yeah, you're always welcome, both of you guys. Yeah, always.
Dude, I'm glad I was here at the right time. It was nice to see y'all faces, man.
For sure, 100%.
Thanks everyone for hanging out in the chat, and we'll see you next time. Later.